Welcome back, gangers, families, friends, supporters, lovers, haters, followers. Everybody's welcome, man. You are tapping into the Sober and Unbothered podcast, Ep.7, I believe. And you know what today is, man? It's a good day to be alive. It's a good day to shine. It's a good day to smile. And it's a good day to be you, man. I'm feeling pretty good today, man. I'm feeling pretty good. And I want to relate that and, translate it and transpire it onto you. I want to be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to be able to transfer my good vibes and my energy over to you guys, man, because I believe that everybody should be feeling the way I'm feeling right now, the way that I have been feeling, because I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing. And I'm just trying to keep it going. That's all I'm trying to do. But for this episode, I want to kind of backtrack and kind of go off the last one and talk about what alcohol took from me, because there's a lot of different points that I didn't get to that I wanted to talk about. I was kind of just storytelling, but there's more of what alcohol took and takes from people that's not talked about enough, that I didn't talk about enough. And it's a sad realization, and it's a good realization, coming to realize what alcohol took from you, what person you could have been if you weren't drinking. I know I talked about me being in school and how alcohol took a lot of time of me trying to pursue my college degree, college career, and college education, and how I could have been way ahead in my life right now. But that's all right. And I know I said that I'm glad the way that things worked out. I'm glad how things have happened. I'm glad the canon events that took place. I'm glad the steps that I took. I'm glad that I hit rock bottom, because like I was saying before, I was in a dark place. I hit rock bottom and I felt like I wasn't going to get out. But looking back at it now and thinking about my life and thinking about where I'm at, I truly believe that I was planted in that dark, in that pit, in that bottom, in order to fully blossom into the person that I am today. And I'm still growing. Everybody still grows. Even when you're 50, 60 years old, you're still growing. You don't just stop growing. You don't just stop being a better person. You don't just stop trying to be better than you were the next day. You're growing every day, every second, every minute, every hour, every week. It doesn't stop. And if you stop growing, then you stop being you. You stop being the best person. You stop healing. And I think growth is important. Besides time that I said that alcohol took away from me, I want to talk about opportunities as well. Because like I was saying, man, I'm back in school and I'm almost done. I got a semester left. I'm pretty much done. And the opportunities that I could have found and I could have taken and I could have searched for and could have locked in back then, I missed out on. But I think it's okay though, because like I was saying, I'm glad things have worked out the way they have. And I think I'm in a better position now than I was back then. Because even now I'm finding opportunities that I probably wouldn't have found back then because I wasn't even looking for them, or I wasn't putting myself in situations and environments to be able to accept those opportunities and to be able to seek out what's best for me and what's the best avenue for me to take. You know what I mean? And alcohol blinds you of the potential life that you really could be living, the best version of yourself, the best person that you could be. When you're drinking every day, trying to numb yourself from reality, your feelings, your thoughts, and just yourself, you're blocking out so much shit that you could really be doing with your life, that you really could be successful with your life. And it hits when you really think about it and you really deep that thought and deep that feeling. You really realize what you've been missing out on. And you don't really realize it until you get sober. Because when you get sober, and I've been saying it, your eyes open up, you widen. You become clear-headed, you become focused. And once you become focused, you start to look back and think, damn, bro, I wasted so much fucking time bullshitting. I could have been seeking out this opportunity. I could have been doing this. I could have been pursuing the dreams that I had when I was a kid. But you forget about it because you were so blurred and blinded with alcohol. You were too worried on trying to figure out when the next time you're gonna drink is, when the next time you're gonna get your next fix. And drinking just blocks that and everything. Relationships too. I've killed some of the relationships with drinking. I've rekindled a few of them. I saved a few of them. But relationships plays a big part in your sobriety. I think it's one of the 12 steps to be able to go back and apologize and talk to the people that you hurt. And most of the time, it's probably a good thing. I mean, it's good that you say, your sorries and your apologies and, try to rebuild and rekindle those relationships. But most times, like, you probably don't even need those relationships back. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, unless it's like family or something, family or a really close friend. But when you're growing, you lose out on things, people, relationships. You grow out of things and you take things with you. And in my alcoholic days and in my drinking days, some of the relationships that I did have were some good ones, but also there really weren't some good ones. And the ones that I've lost due to my drinking and the ones that I've came back to now that I'm sober and the ones that I've rekindled are what is really truly what was meant to be, who was meant to be in my life. Because at that time, in those dark times when I was drinking, they could have seen that, oh, I'm not serious about my life. I'm not serious about the relationship I have with them. I'm not serious about taking anything serious. And people peep that and think, all right, bro, I don't need you around me. You fucking up what I got going on. I'm cool off you. So you go do you go drink, you go waste your life. I'ma go elevate mine. And you lose that relationship. It cuts down the middle. It ties. It severs. You know what I'm saying? And when you get sober and you go back, you think, yo, I'm sorry. I was bullshitting. I know I was drinking. I know I was fucking up what we had going on. I know I was putting that bottle in between us and, drowning the relationship we had with the bottle. I'm trying to better myself. I'm growing. I'm sober. I just want to say I'm sorry. I apologize. And I want to rekindle this shit. And if they say, I hear you out, it's cool. But we're cool. We're done. That's all right. You said what you had to say. You apologize. You both move on. But if that person says, oh, cool. All right. You know what? I can actually see you're trying to better yourself. I see the person that I liked a whole lot more back then. I see that person coming back to light. And I'm cool with, letting you back in my life. And most times that happens. Sometimes it doesn't. But that's all right. Because sobriety clears your mind. It opens your eyes. It keeps you focused. It keeps you clear. Clarity. And the more that you see that, people see that too. Memories is another big thing that alcohol takes from you. One of the memories that I will never forgive myself for, or one of the ones that I think about a lot to this day, is my grandma, man. I see my grandma. Last time I saw my grandma, bro, I was drunk as shit. I was going on a bender. And I remember we had a conversation. I do have a picture with her, but that's what's really keeping me happy about the memory of her. But I just wish that I could remember the conversation that we had the last time I saw her, because she's no longer with us. I wish that I could have remembered the last conversation I had with her, because I was drunk, man. Last time we talked, bro, and I didn't know it was the last time I was going to talk to her. I didn't know it was the last time I was going to see her. And I'm not going to lie, it fucks me up a lot sometimes. I think about her a lot because I just want to remember the conversation we had. And probably the conversation we had probably wasn't even that deep. But just the fact that I wanted to remember, or that I want to remember what was said, how she was feeling, how she was looking at me, what she was saying to me. You know what I'm saying? And a grandma's love, man, is a lot of love, bro. And I feel shitty for not remembering what we talked about. And that's one of the things I think about a lot, even to this day, man. I'm probably always going to think about it. And it's all right, though, because, I came to that realization. I'm living my life, for myself and for her. And I'm just trying to be a better person because of it. I don't want to be able to be in that situation ever again, to be able to forget an important conversation with somebody that I truly care about. I don't want to just have shit going one ear and out the other. I don't want to be blinded by what's really truly in front of me and really take things in for what they are, and to really remember and to really feel it and to really dive deep into that conversation. I want to be able to remember things, and alcohol takes away the memories of a lot of stuff. And sometimes, man, like I said, sometimes it's not even that deep. Sometimes the conversations aren't even that deep. But it's also great to remember, man. People love what you remember, what they told you. They remember the times that you spent together. They love the memories of enjoyment, the conversations, the pictures, And pictures is a good thing. That's why I like to take a lot more pictures now, because I like to look back and think, damn, that was a good time. But alcohol has taken a lot of memories from me that I wish that I could remember, that I wish that I could relive, that I wish I could get back, that I wish I could just be in again. And I will forever be shitty for not remembering the last memory I had with my grandma. I'm glad I got a picture with her, but that's one thing, man, that fucks me up. But it's all right, because sobriety is a beautiful thing, man. Yeah, it's sad to be able to face yourself and look in the mirror and think about the shit that you've done, the shit that you want to forget. But it's good to feel that, and it's good to look back and think that you're not that person anymore. And that's one of my big reasons. That's one of my big reasons as to why for my sobriety. I look back and I think about the person that I was when I was drinking. I think about the shit that I was doing. I think about who I was surrounding myself with. I think about the environment I was put in. I think about the morals and shit that I was doing. And I don't ever want to become that person again. I don't ever want to see that version of myself again. And I'm growing every day. I'm becoming my better self every day. And I'm glad that I am. Because I think this version of me is better. And for the people that's in my corner still, that knew that old version of me, I'm glad you're still around, man. I'm glad y'all still stuck with me. I'm glad y'all still rock with me. I'm glad y'all still fuck with me. I'm glad y'all still love me, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, man, I was a shitty person. I was a shitty person, bro. But it's all right, man, because I'm growing every day, like I said. Sobriety opens your eyes. Sobriety makes you happy. Sobriety makes you shitty. Sobriety brings realizations. And you gotta realize. But the big thing is, when you realize and when you get those shitty feelings and those shitty realizations, don't fall short to going back and resulting back to your old habits. Don't drink to forget that. Sit in that moment and sit in them feelings and realize what you've done and be better because of it. It doesn't matter what you've done. It matters what you do next. It matters how you live your life right now. It matters what you're going to do about it right now in this moment. So keep doing it, man. Keep living your life. Keep growing. Keep healing. Because that's what life's about. That's what sobriety's about. I'm T. This is the Sober and Unbothered podcast. Thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for being here with me. I'm happy you're here. I'm glad I'm here. I'm going to see y'all next week. Later.